Percy, I see you. Percy, why you? These cats been acting like they live. They've been acting like they live in a jungle, child. Oh, Snowflake, I see you, kitties. I see you, kitties. It's like, girl, carry on about your business. Oh, you want to be? Oh, look at how he turned around. Look at how he turned around, ready to be in the shot. Really, Percy? You ready to be in the shot? That's how you feel? I realized that my front-facing camera is trash. In the last video that I edited, that's okay though. Y'all, I'm nervous. So that's why I'm not getting to the point, because I'm nervous. Okay, so y'all remember in the 2024 video when I told you guys that I didn't have a bad day, but that I had a weird day? Really? Really? Hey, I told you, they acting like they live in the jungle. Calm down. Oh my God. Okay, but yes, do you guys remember when I said that? I said it was not a bad day, but it was a weird day. That was because I actually had a very eventful day, and I'm going to tell you why that correlates to this video, because today I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before, which is really scary, and it involves socialization, which is something that I find terrifying, okay? Terrifying. And not only just socialization, because I can socialize if I have to, right? But it's socialization with strangers. And that is something that I struggle with. Listen, I struggle with socializing with strangers, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because when I was growing up, I got bullied a lot. And I just always felt like if I just melted into the wall and disappeared, then I wouldn't get bullied. So technically, it was a protection mechanism for me not to be hurt. And as you guys probably saw earlier, I have my journal out and I'm about to write about this. Because I'm having a revelation. Also, by the way, guys, I bought a new journal. I need to sit down. But I'm trying to be prepared because, like, literally, I'm getting to the last few pages of my journal and I don't want to run out and not have a new journal before I run out. Because I don't want to have any excuse not to continue what I've been doing. I digress. I'm going to write about that in my journal. I'm going to write about what I've noticed about myself when it comes to socializing with new people, socializing with people, period. When it comes to my fear that I'm overcoming about actually existing and taking up space, because that's a big thing that I feel like a lot of us struggle with, and it's not getting any better. Like, I watched a video the other night about genAlpha, and a lot of commentary is coming out about genAlpha and how genAlpha doesn't have a childhood and how they're just like iPad kids. And I mean, I think it's subjective because let's be real, because a lot of the people and y'all parents who are more minimalist, because you have to be, you ain't got a choice but to be minimalist. You understand what I'm saying. However, I do think that there are ways that screen time can slip through the cracks with kids and they end up getting their parents' phones. But I forgot where I was at with that. Okay, but the point is that I have social anxiety sometimes. And that's what I was talking about with Generation Alpha, because a lot of kids are going to have even worse social anxiety than I had. And I used to play outside. Y'all. And I still be afraid of people. So That's what I meant in the 2024 video, because that day I had actually gone all the way, I think, to Athens to a museum. I went to an art museum. Y'all, I am struggling to film because these cats, do you see this? Do you see this? Snowflake, I know that is not you. It is. Snowflake, girl. All right. So that day I went to this art museum, right? And I really like art. And one of the things that I was trying to express through my law of attraction video for you guys was the fact that if you want a certain life, if you want to live a certain way, you have to do as the Romans do, so to speak. Just ignore them. It's like, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I know that's not necessarily exactly the right like saying or correlation, but that's how I feel. I feel like if you want to live a certain life, or if you want your life to look a certain way, you have to do things in order to resemble the life that you want to live. So that's what I was trying to do that day. And when I filmed the video, it was actually later that night when I got home, but I wasn't just going to the art museum, guys. I was going to this like cabin type thing. Like, I don't even know what it is now because this is the morning and I haven't got there yet. I was supposed to be going later, but I tried to do it that weekend and it didn't work out. And then my kids were with me the weekend prior. So this was 2 weeks ago. And my kids were with me the next weekend because me and their dad rotate on and off schedules. And now this weekend, they're back with their dad. So I was like, okay, let me try again. But at first I wasn't going to try again. You know what happened? When I was out there that night, I was trying to find the cabin, and it's in the woods, y'all. Like, it is in the woods. And I got scared because by the time I left the museum, it was a little bit late. Like, I stayed at the museum a little bit longer than what I maybe like anticipated. Like, my timing sometimes, I'm not good at calculate. Well, let me say this. Time is a challenge for me at times. I didn't calculate the time that it would take to get to the cabin from the museum. I calculated the time that it would take to get from my house to the cabin. So I ended up getting there after dark, and it is pitch black. Like, out there, it is pitch black, and I didn't know where I was going. And I went down this road that was like turning into dirt and leaves and twigs, and it was like, no, girl, don't do that. You about to get in trouble. You about to get in trouble. Go on and turn around. Go and take your ass home, because you about to be one of these girls that they be looking for, that really don't nobody be looking for. Okay. So I was not trying to be like that. So I just was like, you know what? When I was trying to find the place, I sent them a DM and I was like, okay, I can't find it. I'm lost. They didn't really DM me back because you know how Instagram is. Like, they put it into a request bucket, and I don't think they saw. I wasn't mad about it. I did spend a lot of gas to go out there, but it was a reflective trip, which gave me the energy to film the 2024 video. So it was all good. Like, everything, I believe everything happens for a reason. There's literally no coincidences in life. I don't care what nobody say. But I basically was like, okay, we're just gonna call it. It's not happening tonight. I said, I'm not worried about it. But I did send them a DM. I actually forgot about this DM, and they ended up DMing me back like sometime this week. And they were like, okay. And it's funny because they didn't DM me back the next weekend because my kids were with me and I would have like noticed it. But they DM me back like this week, and it just worked out. And I was like, okay, girl, what you gonna do? Because you scary and these are strangers. And it's literally the cabin in the woods. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I wanted to express my sentiments on this because it goes to show how I always have a tendency to assume or to inaccurately calculate a situation as dangerous when it's truly not. And that comes from a place of trauma. And that's one thing that I feel a lot of us do. That's what I feel like societal norms, or the new normal of society, or the way that they're trying to like socialize us and put rhetoric into our mind does, is to make us fear one-on-one socialization. It's like they want us to be afraid to talk to each other and be afraid to go out and meet each other and be afraid to do these types of events with people, or get to know people that you don't know and experience new hobbies that you might like. They want us to be afraid of each other because then when, when the shit hits the fan, we're going to be afraid to work together. We're going to be afraid to ask each other for help. We're going to be afraid to help each other, or like, okay, The movie. What was it called? Leave the World Behind. That's what I'm saying. They want us to be like that. And there might be some people who are like that. However, what I believe is that no matter what's gonna happen with all of these border crises, and no matter what's gonna happen within any other part of the United States or any other part of the world, no matter what country you're in, I feel like the solution that they don't want us to know is that we will succeed if we stick together. They don't want us to be aware or understand the concept of power in numbers. Now, that's why today I'm gonna do something that I'm really quite frightened about, which is going out and meeting people and being in a different situation than what I'm used to by socializing with people who I don't know, but who seem to be kind of on the same wavelength as me. I can't really say too much because I don't want to necessarily like put their business out. I've definitely done my research. Don't think I'm just going out to some strange random place to get trafficked. That's not what this is. But it is scary for me because I struggle to socialize and I struggle to take up space. I struggle to exist. I struggle to express myself. I struggle to find my opinion valuable. And I no longer want to struggle with that. I am working through it as we speak to make sure that my inner being, my soul knows the value that it holds, and my consciousness knows the value that it holds, and so that I know the value that I hold, so I can actually appear in the world the way that God intended me to. That's something that I feel like we all would benefit from in our lives. I feel like we would all benefit from being more present and aware, and we would all benefit from taking up more space in a positive way if you are someone who struggles with these similar sentiments. Now, there are some people who take up way too much space. And I think some of y'all need to sit down. Put the microphone down, honey. Turn the podcast camera off. Because we tired. We're tired. But in the same breath, it's like, how can you tell someone to turn the podcast microphone or camera off, and then the people who actually need to be heard are too afraid to speak up? So, hey boo, that's what I'm here for. I hope that you guys get some inspiration from this video. Now, there is some work that I have to do. So basically today, I did get a braid down. Girl, look at the rows. The corn rows. Okay? Don't play with your girl. I look like I'm French. Girl, bye. I look like back in the day. Was that in the 30s when they had them little sideways? Whatever. But I did definitely get my hair braided down because I am going to slap that wig back on. And I need to do that. Well, first I need to take a shower. Then I need to do that. And then I have a one-on-one with one of my beautiful subscribers today. We're going to do a reading. And after that, I'm going to head out. So I hope y'all enjoy this adventure that we're about to go on because I'm scared. When I tell you I am terrified, I am scared, and I don't know why. And I feel like it's because of rejection. And it's not necessarily that I'm afraid of rejection. I guess I am a little bit, but it's not so much like rejection from just romantic interests or whatever. But it's like, I feel like there's a part of me that was kind of unfairly judged for a long period of my life. I feel like there was a part of yeah, that's what the situation is. I was in a lot of positions and situations as a child and as an adolescent where I was judged. I was judged when I came to Georgia from Chicago. I was judged when I was a kid in Chicago, and I got bullied a lot. And I think it developed into a form of people pleasing in order to be accepted. Like the only way in my childhood mind, right? And that mindset was that I could only have friends or be around people or carry out relationships if I was doing something for them to benefit them. And that stems from my mother because she was challenged when it comes to being able to handle stress. That stems from, like I said, being bullied as a kid and just feeling like the only value that I had was if I was doing something for people without really getting anything in return. And I'm just tired of that. I'm not, it's played out. In my life. So I feel like one of the great ways that we can overcome these different challenges is to face them head on. That's one thing that I'm big about. A lot of people have demons and a lot of people are scared to face their demons, but literally looking your demon in the eye and telling them I see you and I know you're a demon. Show me your face. Let me see your face. Step into the light. Come here. because I want to look you in your face and I want to see if you're as scary as I really thought you were, or as scary as I imagined you to be. And I think that's something that will help a lot of us. What is it really? Because why would you keep running from something that isn't really that scary and like miss out on so many things in your life? So I'm not gonna keep doing that. Like, I'm telling y'all, 2024 is different. Oh wow, that's crazy. They just emailed me. Confirmation. 2024 is different. And I'm telling you guys, if y'all do not face your fears and overcome these challenges and really get into it, get into you and get into who you're supposed to be, it's going to be super difficult. It's only going to get harder and harder and harder as not only this year goes on, but as years beyond this point go on. And I just want to be a positive example. That's really my only goal, like, is to show you guys how I do it so that maybe you can find something within what I do that will help you figure out your own techniques of what to do for yourself so that you can face your fears. Because a lot of what is being put in our face right now is to make us afraid so that we take certain action and do things that are not really in our best interest because of fear. So just a little nugget for you. But I'm about to go get ready. I will check in with you guys later to let you know my progress. Okay, hey you guys, what's up? Back again, editing me. This is me getting ready, getting my wig ready, playing around too much. And I definitely did not check back in because, as you can see, I was doing a lot of joking around to kind of like quell my anxiety. And I was trying to get this wig on because I'm really not good at like putting on wigs, but I can do it if I need to do it and make it do what it do. So that's what I did. And my wig cap was messed up, so I had to find another one. What am I gonna do with that? Threw it in the trash. Found another one, put it on, and was really just like getting myself together, trying to like be as presentable as possible. Like, I was trying to get myself together, and really I was really preparing my mind at this time for what I was about to do. And I know that it may not seem very clear to a lot of you guys who may not deal with social anxiety, but I definitely have to prepare myself to be in public. So that's kind of what I was doing. And because of my one-on-one with my client, things kind of went really fast. So I didn't even take a picture of myself when I was done and ready. I just went ahead and went. But I wanted to explain that to you guys and kind of what I was doing. Definitely was playing too much, and I stressed myself out with that wig. So I was over it. But this is only part one, you guys. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, because there is going to be a part two where I explain how I feel after getting there. This is me driving up. It does look pretty dark, but it actually wasn't like that dark. It was just kind of the camera. But I'm going to explain to you guys kind of how things went in part two. I can't wait to see you there. I hope this video was able to help you guys with whatever social anxiety that you may be facing, and also just, you know, be at ease because I didn't get trafficked. And I love all of you guys so much. So thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.